Good morning, Run Talks, Jay here. Weather report, cloudy with a risk of some sunshine. So today is Vicky's birthday. I've taken it easy, listened to my body. It's a little bit on the sore side today, but it is a birthday, so I'll be taking some time out for her today. So today, one of the big things I want to share is something that happened to me this week. I really want to talk about this idea of like imposter syndrome that so many people have, and like never really knowing what the true value is of what they have to actually share. Look at this dog here. I want to play, you can't play with me. You're not my dog. Go on. So off on a tangent. So the other day my mum called me, and my mum has always suffered with like asthma, and for a long time she's had problems with the chest. She often has an inhaler, and sometimes she has asthma attacks, in which case she will get on her inhaler and everything will normally turn out all right. And she rang me the other day. She does the usual thing. She says, hello, James. And my first name's James, but everyone calls me Jay. Hello, James. How you doing? How's the weather? Usual stuff. And she says, I had the worst asthma attack I've ever had in my life. I thought I was going to die. And she just drops me on it like a bomb. Like it's just some casual thing that we're having a discussion about, that she nearly died after having one of the worst asthma attacks she's ever had in her life. And I'm like, what happened? Did you call an ambulance? She said that, well, basically, I couldn't breathe and I was going into a state of panic. Now, a while back, my mum was having a bit of a situation where she was experiencing quite a lot of anxiety. And so me being me and always wanting to help people, especially my family, not always willing to receive it, but wanting to share, I sat down one day and I shared with my mum some breathing exercises to help her with her anxiety. And this was just me in conversation. Mum, you should try this will really help you, it'll calm down the autonomic nervous system, give this a go. And she said that when she was having this asthma attack, when she was thinking, I need to call an ambulance, so this isn't right, this is, just in a state of panic, basically, she said all she could think about was, what did James say about breathing? What did James say about breathing? And all she could remember was just breathe in, and a long breath out, and breathe in. She's doing this on the phone. A long breath out, and she says, you know what? 20 minutes later, it actually worked, and I was okay. And I was like, oh, Jesus, Mum. I was like, you could have, next time, call an ambulance. Like, you're there, living on your own. Call the ambulance. Good morning, Nandi. Call an ambulance. And she's so flippant, my mum. She's just like, well, what's the worst that could happen? I die. And I'm like, yeah. She said, well, I'm not going to know about it, am I? I said, well, we'll know about it. I really don't want you to die. I'd rather you didn't die, Mother. But the point here is that, it's so easy to think that what you have to share is not something of value. That you need to be some kind of expert in order to make a difference in someone's life. Now, sure, for me, I work at this every single day. Human psychology, behavior, human beings, change work, transformation work is what I do day in, day out. But it wasn't always like that. I started sharing in the very beginning. I just started sharing what I was learning, whether I was learning it in books, whether I was learning it from other people, whether I was introspecting and sharing insights from my life. We all have something of value. And you do not need to be an expert to actually make a difference in someone's life. I was fortunate enough that I get to help my mum, and I've helped hundreds of people all over the world, and I've made a difference in lots of different people's lives, which is incredible. And I'm very grateful for that. I really am. I'm very privileged. But so many people I see hold themselves back. They're paralyzed by fear. They're getting in their own way, selfishly not sharing this gift, this knowledge, these words of wisdom, these understandings that they have to share with other people, because they have this illusion, this belief that you need to be some expert to make a difference. You need to be someone who knows everything about everything. And the truth is, I don't know everything about everything. Every day I wake up, I read books, I look at my own life, I try things out, I work with things on my clients, and then I come on these lives and I share that wisdom with you. So you start to apply it to your life. I've got to be honest, I've done a lot of videos. I've probably done about 2,500+ videos over the last 7 years. And a lot of the time I do videos and I think to myself, what the hell was that? I come off the video and I'm like, was that even any good? I'm not even sure that was good. I've even done coaching sessions where I think, was that even any good? And I have those moments. But then what will happen, this happens all the time. All the time. I think something isn't valuable, I think something's bad, or I didn't present it perfectly. And what happens is people comment, people private message me, people email me, say, holy shit, Jay, what you said in that video just connected. And I'm like, really? Really? So the truth is, you'll never know what the value of something is to somebody else. And just because it's not something they can use right now, it does not mean they won't be able to use it later on down the line. I've had people come up to me at events and say, Jay, you said this thing X amount of months and sometimes years ago, and it really shifted something within me, and I've created this. And I think to myself, I'm like scratching my head like, really? I didn't think that was that profound. I didn't think that was good. It's not like you need to be a Les Brown or an Eric Thomas or a Tony Robbins and just deliver these absolute pearls every time. These people have rehearsed, they've practiced, they've tested their content on their audience, so they're delivering the most succinct thing. But never underestimate the value that you have inside of you. Because here's the thing. You have lived a life that nobody else has lived. You have had experiences that nobody else has had. But the truth is, there is people just like you who are experiencing the problems, the challenges that you were faced in your life. And you're in a position with this gift, this content, this value, which you get to share with them. Whether this be through something like a live, whether it just be through a conversation like I had with my mum. You get to give that gift to other people. Now, I want to give you a little bit of coaching on this, a little bit of words of wisdom. One of the things I find in personal development, personal growth, and it happened for me, is when you learn something new, and I actually feel like human beings want to share that wisdom, they want to share that value, they want to help other people. When you learn that piece of wisdom, and you're like, whoa, that's so good, Jay, I love it. I'm going to share that. What tends to happen is we go out there with our big personal development stick, because we've got this new fountain of gold, this new wisdom that we've tapped into. And we want to, with our personal development stick, we want to beat everyone else over the head with it. But the truth is, not everybody wants to hear it. Some people will actually get defensive because they think you're trying to change them. And most people don't like change, not unless you have a growth mindset. Someone gives me that feedback, I'm like, yeah, all in, give me that. So what we have to do is not just clout people over the head with a personal development stick, but to actually inquire and listen and find what the challenges are they're facing. Because when we do this, we can be in a position to say, hey, don't know if you're interested, do you read? Yeah, I read. Well, I've got this great book that I read the other day, and you can then enroll them in the process based on what they've given you, not just coming from this place of telling. Do you ever get people who try and give you advice, or unsolicited advice, unsolicited guidance? How does it make you feel? You're like, don't tell me what to do. You're trying to say there's something wrong with me? Try to say I'm broken? Simply by taking time to listen and understand, you'll be in a position to share that value with people, and you'll be in a position to make a difference in people's lives. Unfortunately for me, that was my own mother, and it's something that I will never, ever, ever forget. That even the most simplest thing that you might take for granted, you might think isn't valuable, to someone else out there on the internet, a friend, a family member, someone in your network, it might just be the very thing that saves their life. So for me, I'm gonna spend the day with Vicky today. I've got one coaching session today. Just show up. Have an amazing day. It's making me emotional, actually. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.